I want to talk to you about working with family. Pros and cons of doing that.
Pros, being able to spend time with the family, and be close to the people that you're closest to. Winning together. Being rich by yourself is not great, but uplifting the people that are around you, I think, is the best feeling. My favorite moments are either in the trenches in work or watching somebody else break a barrier and become more successful because of something that I helped with, So it's really my motto. I have a motto of service, and the people around me, I want to build them up to be the best versions of themselves. And the fact that those people happen to be my family members, it makes it that much more amazing.
But you have said before, more money, more problems.
Definitely.
Family relationships have broken and friendships have been lost. Elaborate on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, the hard part about it is like when it doesn't work out. It's always amazing when it works out, but like if you hire family members and it doesn't work out, like relationships are lost. Then that's it's just stupid, right? Like if we never worked together in the first place, we would still have a relationship,
What about your longtime manager? He'd been with you since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Explain how it kind of ended over TikTok.
Not exactly. It didn't end because of TikTok, but I reached to a point where I felt like I was doing a lot of the heavy lifting myself, and there was one day that really hit me hard, where I was just like stressed out. I hadn't seen my son in weeks, and I called him and I was like, yo, and I just wanted to like talk at that second. I just didn't necessarily need anything. And he was like, oh, I'm at my son's game. I'll call you back later. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But that moment hit me so crazy because here I was in the trenches and I was working and he was at his son's game. I wanted to be with my son too. So I'm doing 100% of the work. You're not doing 20% of the work and you're getting 20% of the profit from what I'm doing today, what I did yesterday, the day before. You're not here. Up to that point, he had been a great mentor to me, the person that taught me the majority of what I know about the business, but also about being a man. He was a very, very integral part of my upbringing as a man in general, not just as an artist. But at that point, it didn't seem fair to me. So I went to him with a proposition, to just change the format of what it was because it didn't feel fair the way it was.
How did you address that with him, and what did he say?
I just plain out told him it took me like weeks to figure out what words I was gonna actually say, So I finally, mustered up the energy to be like, yo, like I'm not really feeling how the current structure is, but I want to figure out a system where I feel better. So if you bring something in, I'll give you more. But if you're not bringing things in, I have to give you less. And he didn't want to take that deal. So I knew at that moment that this relationship was not going to work because either he didn't feel like he could bring things in, which was crazy, or he was just not willing to do the work. So that's when we had to part ways.
How did he handle that?
I wish he handled it differently. The guy helped raise me. I was a child, when we met. I was 12 years old. I was a kid, He'd been my manager since I was 12 years old. So I wanted to see like if he would still be around, if he would like still hit me up, and it was nothing. It was crickets. And I was like, okay, I'm comfortable with that. I understand. Sometimes this is what I was talking about, was like, because at that point, like, he was family to me, right? So this wouldn't have been the first family member that I don't talk to anymore. But yeah, it's just the nature of the game.
It's not to say you guys couldn't ever reconnect. And
For sure. You know, and maybe it's my fault. Maybe like I should be the bigger person, and
what would be involved with you being the bigger person?
like me just hitting him up. Yeah, I guess I could.
If you thought about that?
I think about it from time to time.